Hi everyone! Let's get ready today using this Matcha Break palette from Profusion Cosmetics. This is a new palette and I wanted to try it out. So let's start first with priming. This is my faithful LA Girl Pro eyeshadow primer. So I apply it on and then smear it around for more even coverage. Now this palette I bought on sale recently and I'd been wanting to try it out for some time, so I thought today, let's do it. I'm going to start first by pondering what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette to apply this kind of light brown, oat brown kind of color. I'm going to apply it all over my lids. I don't usually do this with all of my palettes, but for this one I decided I was going to do it. Now onward, I decide what I'm going to do next, and I decide, okay, it's going to be the crease. I'll start with this green color, and then using my favorite crease brush, I'm going to apply this light green color starting in my crease. And use this window wiper motion to start layering on the colors. As a general rule, when I apply my eyeshadows, I usually start from light and then go to dark. After blowing away the excess, I start to layer on the more darker colors. The payoff on these shadows is pretty good, but in a little bit you're going to see that this tutorial kind of starts to go a little off the rails, because while I like the colors, I didn't realize that the formula for some of these colors was going to be an issue. By the way, that cleaner tool that you saw me rubbing the brushes on, every makeup artist needs those. It's a good way to clean brushes in between without using a whole bunch. Now I'm going to put on the liner, so I'm going to use this brown color to apply the brown shadow with my pencil brush. Brown makes a handy liner color. I really do like the colors in this palette. However, you're going to see that I don't like all the formulas. So now it's time to work on the lid, and here's where things start to go a little off the rails. When I bought this palette, I didn't realize that some of the shadows in here would be cream shadows. And as you can see here, when I saw it wasn't picking up on my brush, that's when I realized, oh, okay, it's a cream shadow. I will admit, I am not familiar with how cream shadows work. Perhaps I'm a little heavy-handed with it. However, I decided to put on as a base, and then I layered on top of that this bright pink color that's on the side. So it does work okay for that. As you can see, it's really super bright pink. And then I cleaned off the brush on my sponge, and then I used this kind of shimmery light pink to give my lids a little dimension. The powder shadows work really well and there's not a lot of fallout, but again, it's the cream shadows. So I decided to blend out the top of my crease color with this matcha lime green, blend it out towards the brow bone. It really looks nice in real life. Okay, this was the most problematic shadow of all. This kind of split, pearly pink one. It wouldn't pick up on my brush, so I had to use my fingers, which I don't like to do because I think it's unsanitary. But I just could not get it on the brush, and when I used my fingers, the shadow kind of globbed up. It was hard to work with. Now, admittedly, this is probably in part user error on my part, but still, I found it hard to work with. That being said, though, it does give a nice sheer sheen, so that could be useful. There's potential. it just needs to be worked on. So now I apply my water liner, this brown NYX, now onto the face. So I'm using my Profusion Cosmetics primer. I love this primer. It's cheap, it's good quality, the texture is good, it's refreshing, nice and tacky, applies well. I love it. Onto the foundation. This is NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation in Nude. So I apply some onto this very beat up looking beauty blender and apply. This is one of my favorite foundations. They do a pretty good job of color matching me. It's funny, some brands I'm a warm tone, some I'm a neutral tone. This one's neutral. Now onto concealer. This is my Ulta Youthful Glow Concealer, and I apply it under the eyes for cleaning up the liner line and a little more coverage on my cheeks. So I apply and then blend it out with my beauty blender. Smooth it, blend it, clean up the lines. Pretty routine stuff. So now I'm going to set the look with the e.l.f. setting powder. I pour some out in the lid, and then I use the powder puff to apply it. Now this is a translucent powder, so it'll mattify my look without adding any kind of color. And actually it's a really good buy too. However, like any loose powder, please hold your breath. This stuff gets everywhere. And I used my foundation brush then to brush off the excess once I beat it into my face. And then I blend into the neck for more even coverage. And a final look. And dust off. Now this is my Sephora Spice Blend Blush Palette. I've had this one for a while. It's using my favorite blush brush. I'm going to pick this champagne bronze color. And then I'm going to first figure out what side I'm going to apply it on and apply onto my cheeks. I blend it out. Give me some color. And then for bronzer, I've got my trusty Trixie Mattel bronzer palette in Peace Out Poppy. I put this into the contours of my cheeks for a little more definition and blend it in with my brush. So now onto the brows. This is the NYX Powder Blend eyebrow pencil. I'll be honest, I don't particularly like this product. I like the color, but the lead is a little too soft. I find it breaks a lot. But it does build up. Just be light-handed about it. So I blend it out, and now onto mascara. My trusty Tarte mascara in Man Eater. I apply it to my top and bottom lashes. I absolutely love this mascara. It goes on so well, and it goes on pretty evenly. So I do a little liner touch-up. Don't need a whole lot, just a little. Now onto the lips. This is my NYX lip liner in Sweet Tooth. I absolutely love NYX's lip products. They're a great price, great quality. They stay on and don't go anywhere. So I line my lips, make a little dam for the lipstick. And then the lipstick is Clinger, this hot pink, fuchsia pink. I apply it. This is also one of my favorite lipsticks, as you could see by how much of it I have left. Now it's time to set the look. I've got my e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray. I spray it on, give a quick wave. Now final looks. Without glasses, with glasses. So this is the final look. We are all set to take on the day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.